Hey, hi everyone. Just checking to see if everything's working fine. Okay, cool. Um, Hi AJ. Hi, I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you? How's trading going? Hi Salvador. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, that's good. At least I know I'm not talking to myself. Everything's loud and clear. You guys can hear me. Screens are working. Just want to make sure I've got the cards ready. We'll just give everyone like a minute to join, like one more minute to like settle in, and then we can start today's webinar. Okay, cool. Everything seems to be working great. So I'm gonna start. Just wanna pull this up. Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to today's webinar brought to you by IC Markets. We're gonna do a live trading session. Okay, it's 5:30 here from Singapore. I don't know where you guys are from. Do let me know where you guys are from if you're not, if you're good to share. Just let me know in the chat box. I want this to be a little bit more interactive. I want you guys to be asking me questions. I'll try my best to answer to the best of my ability. India, nice. I've been to India like 3 times, I think. 3 p.m. in India. Okay. Mexico, 2:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. Okay, I hope this is a productive one. Okay, let's start. So, you guys know how this works. Before I say anything, before I share anything with you guys, we have to do the disclaimer. Just a friendly reminder that everything I share in this webinar is purely educational. It should not be construed as trading advice. Hey, Jamilu, welcome back. It should not be construed as trading advice. It should not be taken as any form of like financial or like investment advice. This is not a signals group. Anything I share with you guys today is mostly my own trading style. It's not necessarily the only way to trade, but it's just the way that I trade and how I usually look for analysis. Okay, so please don't take my trades unless it makes sense to you or you guys agree to it. Otherwise, I'm really just trying to show you guys how I usually do my analysis. So introducing your host. You got myself, Cassandra. I am an investment analyst and a prop trader at Everest Fortune Group. So Everest Fortune Group is a research firm. We do a lot of like forex and equity research, and we've been the finalists for like multiple years running. So basically what we focus on is a lot of like back testing, a lot of research, a lot of forecasting of where we think the markets are going, and a lot of materials that you see around are probably the materials that were churned out by our team. Okay, so the whole point of me sharing this is so that you guys know that you are in good hands. Other than that, I am a prop trader. um Again, for those who don't know, prop trading is basically, to become a prop trader, you basically need to take a test. You need to do 10% within the month. Well, for me, I did 10% within the month to pass the test, and then you get funded. So I do trade on a regular basis. I do trade on a weekly basis, actually. And today, whatever I show you guys is what I usually do when I'm looking for setups. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Like today's Monday, right? So right now, when I open TradingView later, will be the first time this week that I'll be looking at the charts. Okay, cool. Agenda for today will be key approaches, cheat sheet checklist, and live charts. So we're basically Gonna look for support and resistance. We're gonna look for some stuff. Yeah, we're gonna use the cheat sheet to come up with an analysis. So I'm basically gonna look for like horizontal levels, which is support and resistance, or swing highs and swing lows. I'm gonna look for trend channels. Maybe if I see any chart patterns like head and shoulder, teacup, you know, double bottom, double top, whatever it is, if I see it, triangle, whatever it is, any death or golden crosses, natural moving averages, basically we're using technical analysis to confirm my analysis. I use a lot of stochastics, RSI, and then we're going to use correlation. So when I say correlation, I mean like, let's say we're looking at USD CAD, right? So we know that Canada is a very big producer of oil, right? So if oil is going up, usually the Canadian dollars will go up as well. If oil is going down, usually the Canadian dollars will go down. Okay, so that's how it works. I mean, it's not 100%, it's just like usually. So there's a lot of correlation involved. So if we're gonna trade any US dollar pairs, usually I also want to go look at like DXY to see what's happening with DXY. If let's say you're shorting EUR USD, meaning you think that the US dollar EUR is going down and the US dollar is going up, we want to go and confirm it when we go to like the dollar chart index to see if it's really happening. Okay, other than that, we're looking for like reversals or breakouts. I usually look for reversals. I don't really like playing breakouts because it breaks out and then it comes back and tests zones, and then from there it reverses. So it technically is a reversal anyways. Okay, so thanks for sitting through the introduction. Just let me pull out the charts and then we can slowly go through the charts. Again, guys, do let me know if you guys have any charts you want me to look at. Otherwise, we're gonna look at the usual four that I'm focusing on these days. Okay, because I've been doing a lot of research to see which charts I want to focus on, and these are the four. So the first one is EUR USD, and then we're gonna do, sorry, duplicate. Okay, we're gonna do EUR USD. So I've listed four: GBP JPY, AUD JPY, and gold. Okay, so these are the few that I'm following closely. I did not get into this trade, but it looks like it worked out. Yeah, it looks like it worked out. I personally did not get into this trade because so last week when I did this analysis, I did this last Thursday. Wait, I did this last Wednesday. So then on Wednesday I did this, and then on Thursday I rushed to get on a cruise. So I was on a cruise last week. I didn't have internet or Wi-Fi, so I couldn't trade, but it looks like this trade worked out. So my idea is that once price gets into this green zone, this green box, somewhere within this green box, the price is going to reverse. It looks like it reversed very nicely in this area. And now it's on the way to the take profit. Okay, so this would have been a really nice trade. I didn't get into it because I was on holiday. Yeah. Okay, so AUD JPY, UR USD, AUD JPY. The other one is GBP JPY. Oh, sorry. We want to be using IC markets. Okay, guys, if you guys are using TradingView to do your analysis, do look for IC market at the side. So there's like the brokers at the side. There's Oyenda, FXCM, Forex.com, Capital.com, Pepperstone, or IC markets. You should be looking at IC markets so that you can follow the spreads really closely. I mean, the spreads will be correct. Okay, and the last one would be, oh, I remember doing this and then saying that there was no trade. Okay, the last one will be XAU USD. If you guys want to look at other charts other than this four, let me know. I'm just looking at this four because these four are my usual. Okay, these four are my usual go-tos these days. I look at these four to see if there are any setups. If there are none, I usually just stay out. Okay? Okay, cool. So let me just see what I came up with last Thursday. Last Thursday, let me see. Last Thursday was the 4th, 3rd. Wait, I did this on the 2nd. I did this on the second. So my idea is that I said that when price pulls back here, I'm gonna get in here for a buy, and then I'm gonna play it to this area here. Okay, so I did this last Wednesday and today is Monday. It looks like price has not reached my entry yet. I'm gonna keep this here and then we'll come back to this later on to see that if this is still valid. Okay, I'm gonna do the analysis on a different chart and then I wanna see if it's still valid later on. I'm gonna just leave this here. I'm just gonna screenshot this so that we can come back and reference. Download image. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, my bottle is blocking the way. I'm gonna delete everything and then we're gonna redo the analysis and see that if it still lines up. If it still lines up means the analysis is the same and I'm still gonna stick with it. Okay, the reason why every time I come on the chart and I redo the analysis, it's because I'm coming in with fresh eyes and I might see things that I did not see previously. Okay, so that's my style of trading. I usually just reanalyze every time. Okay, so AUD JPY. I did this analysis last Wednesday. The idea was to get in here. This one is a missed already. Okay, so supposed to get in here. I didn't. I was on holiday. I didn't trade last week. Okay, and then it's on the way to take profit. Looks like a very nice clean trade. We have to redo this because I want to see what we can find today. Maybe we can find a buy today. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe you can find a buy today. In the meantime, let me just download this image and get rid of this. Okay, so let's start with EUR USD. The reason I chose these four pairs it's because there's a reason for each pair that I chose. So EUR USD is structurally very good for price action. It usually works really good when you're someone who trades with price action. Okay, so AUD JPY and GBP JPY uses there's a lot of volume. So if you do your analysis, usually you can get your take profit within the day or like at least within the next 2 days. That's why I chose this. And then XAU USD is because so I've recently been trading with Elliott Wave and I just see a lot of opportunity with XAU USD. Hopefully we can find something today. Okay, so how I usually start my analysis is I do multi-time frame analysis. I start with the day because I want to see where price is moving. So can you guys let me know in the chat box if you guys think that EUR USD is going up or going down? Every time I look at a chart, I first ask myself this because this is a very important question. If I can answer this, I feel like I'm already winning like half the battle when it comes to trading because I'm a trend trader. Sorry. I'm a trend trader, so trend is very important to me. So the first thing I'm going to ask myself, are there any trend lines? Are there any channels? Basically, I'm asking if price is going up or down. Okay, thank you, Jamilu. Thank you, Salvador. It is. I also see it going up. So I think the consensus are the same. The reason why I also ask you guys is so that like multiple eyes are seeing the same thing. It means that it should be the correct information, right? If I'm seeing down and everyone's seeing up, maybe there's something wrong with me. Okay. Okay, so it is going up. It is making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm definitely going for an uptrend. So now that I've answered my first question, I always have to ask myself, where is price going, up or down? I know it's going up. Now I want to look for a buy entry. Okay, I want to look for a buy entry because if price is going up, I want to buy. If price is going down, I want to sell. That being said, I know traders who go against trend and still make profits. I just do not want to go against trend. I want to try my best to focus on trend trading because trend trading will, number one, push you to your take profit faster, and number two, you're not going against the wave. So there's not much resistance. Okay. So I'm going in for a buy. I just need to know where to get in for a buy. This is where I come in and mark my support and resistance. So if I'm pulling out this thing, I now have, where's my pen? Okay, I don't know how to use this. Okay, sorry guys, I want to like pull out a pen. Anyways, I'm gonna take this. We've already got the trend. Now we're gonna look for, are they horizontal levels? Obviously there will be horizontal levels. Now we're gonna look for horizontal levels. We're gonna go here, the second one, pull out horizontal ray, and then now mark our swing highs and swing lows. So I used to also mark this areas, which is this swing highs here. I will tell you why recently I don't really use that as much. But yes. But yes, we can still mark it for now. Okay, so I'm gonna mark that. Why am I marking the swing highs and swing lows, and why am I marking support resistance? Is because price, where price is right now, is very attracted to this swing highs and swing lows and this support and resistance. It's basically like a magnet, right? It's like a magnet. So price is attracted and wants to go to either this area or this area. So we need to identify it so that we know where price is going, and that's where, well, we don't know for sure, but we can predict where price is going, and that's where we can get in for a buy or a sell. So in our case, we're going in for a buy. Right, in our case we're going in for a buy. So let's see where the buy entry is. I'm going to leave this here because this is going to be our possible take profit, possible buy entry, and possible buy entry. Okay, let's go down to a small time frame. So the time frame that I'm looking at is the daily, the 4 hours, and then the 1 hour, to see what else I can find. I can also see this here, also seeing this here. Oh, remember guys, support resistance is not just one price, it is one zone. So I'm gonna mark this zone here. Why am I marking this like green area? Because why did I choose like this huge green area? I'm basically taking the swing low here, this swing low, the end of this swing low, and the end of this wick, okay? I'm taking the end of the swing low or the end of this wick, or I can also take this part here, depending on how big I want the zone to be. Okay, and this is just going to be a rough zone of where I think price is going to go. Okay, so somewhere around here, I think price is going to reverse. Give me a moment. Sorry, let me just look at it one more time. Sorry, I'm just going to take this swing low, this swing low here, and this swing low here. Okay, these are the two swing lows I'm going to take to hopefully see price come here, and then somewhere around here I will get in for a buy. Yeah, and hopefully that works out. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this area, to be honest. Just give me a sec. Give me a moment to think about it. Okay, maybe we can consider this swing low as well. Okay, we're just gonna draw a big zone and then later on like narrow down the zone. Okay, so far this is the zone I'm going with the buy. My take profit is going to be, sorry, my stop loss is going to be right below this zone. Okay, my entry is going to be somewhere within this zone, somewhere within this green box. I'm just not sure where yet. Okay, and my take profit is going to be this last swing high here. Okay, so I don't want to be too greedy. Last swing high, so buy entry here. Sorry, not buy entry, take profit. Okay, so I think I'm happy with how this is looking right now. I'm just hoping it's gonna work out. Okay, so now that I have my like kind of like an analysis, I now need to confirm that this analysis makes sense. So I'm gonna first combine a few things. I'm gonna pull out Fibonacci. So for those who don't know how to use Fibonacci, you're basically looking for the swing low that makes sense, the one that it looks clear. Okay, so I see one here, and I'm gonna pull it to the swing high here and see where the levels line up. So there's gonna be a 61.8 and then the 50%. I do think price is gonna like reverse off somewhere here though, like if I'm being very honest, like somewhere within this Okay, so I'm just gonna narrow this down, and I'm gonna put my stop loss here. The reason why I'm putting my stop loss so tight and just right below like that zone is because, okay, so the thing about trading is very factual, right? There is nothing about trading that is like emotional. It's very factual, it's very like logical. So if I think that price is going to come here and reverse here, that means that it shouldn't go lower than this area, right? This is where I think it's going to happen. It shouldn't go lower than this area. If it goes lower than this area, it means that I am wrong. So if I am wrong, it's okay to be wrong because you cannot be correct all the time. If I am wrong, I want to be wrong fast. You know what I mean? If I am wrong, I want to be wrong fast. Therefore, I'm going to put my stop loss really tight. Like not so tight like where there's zero breathing space. I'm not putting it like this, right? I'm still giving it a little room to breathe, right? So maybe like I think 3 pips is quite healthy. So if I'm doing 1.168, maybe I'm gonna put it at 1.165. Okay, so I think this is quite okay. This is quite a healthy, it looks like a healthy, you know what, I don't like that. It can be tighter. Okay, it looks like a healthy, there's enough breathing room. Okay, so if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong fast. Therefore, my stop loss is tight. It's okay to be wrong in trading. There's nobody that's 100% in trading. There are people with very high winning rate. There's people with not so high winning rate, but at the end of the day, they're still profitable. The aim of the game is to be profitable. The aim of the game is not to win all the time. The aim of the game is to see your account grow in percentage. Okay? Okay, so I see a 50% here. I see a 61.8% here. I think price is going to reverse one of these areas. I just don't know which one. Okay, so now we're going to pull out more swing highs and swing lows. I'm sorry, Fibonacci levels, and see if anything lines up. So I'm going to pull like this last swing high, swing low here. I'm going to pull it to the highest part, and I'm going to pull out 38.2, 23.6, and 78.6. So for those who know how to use Fibonacci, these are the 5 levels that we look at: 23.6, 38.2, 50%, 61.8, and 78.6%. Okay, so 23.6 is not relevant to us, so I'm going to get rid of it because price has already passed it. I don't think price is going to reverse at this. Oh wait, sorry. So I don't think price is going to reverse at this 50%. It's not relevant to us. 61.8% is not relevant to us. And 78.6% is not relevant to us. Why? Because those levels are below our stop loss. Okay, so it's not relevant to us. So the only level that's relevant to us right now is 38.2. 38.2 is lining up really nicely at the 61.8. So it makes me think that more likely price is going to come here, and then here it's going to reverse. Okay, so the more Fibonacci levels they are at a area or a zone, the more likely price is going to go to that area. Why? Because again, price is like a magnet to support and resistance. The stronger the support and resistance, the more likely price will go to that area. So right now we've got these swing lows here. Okay, we've got this swing lows here. We've got a 61.8%. We've got a 38.2%. It makes me feel like, okay, there is a chance price is going to come here and then reverse. But the problem is, I hope it just doesn't come here and then wick us out. Okay, and then reverse. Okay, so the stop loss is up to you. You just need to put it below this zone. I'm just going to give it like this little breathing space here. Okay, so I think for me, this is a healthy stop loss. Okay, for me, you can put it a little bit more, maybe here. Okay, but it shouldn't be so much that the trade just doesn't even make sense anymore. I'm just going to put it here. I'm happy with this stop loss. Okay, I'm happy with this stop loss. Okay, let me see if I can find other things. I can probably pull out a projection here. For those who don't know how to use Fibonacci, I'm so sorry I cannot really teach you in detail today. You're just gonna have to trust me. Okay, so for Fibonacci projection, we're looking at 100% and above. The 100% is below our stop loss. it doesn't make sense. Okay, so I mean, you can still use as a reference where you put your stop loss below this, but I personally wouldn't. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this projection. I'm just trying to see if I can find more things to use. Maybe this projection here. Okay, so maybe we're projecting here and see if anything comes off. Please calculate risk and reward. Okay, give me a sec. Let me just finish the analysis. Okay, there's a very nice projection here. 100% lining up exactly where, you know what guys, this trade is looking quite solid. I am not going to lie. This trade is looking pretty good right now because now we have 61.8 lining up, 100% lining up, and 38.2 lining up. 3 Fibonacci levels lining up in the exact area, which aligns nicely with a swing low. Looking pretty good if I do say so myself. Okay, looking pretty good. I'm trying to see if I can find more things to support. Look, you want to find as many evidence as possible to get in to your analysis. So far, so good. Let me pull out Ichimoku. That's my, you know, I love Ichimoku. Okay, Ichimoku doesn't really work well today because, see, it's kind of like going sideways. Ichimoku does not work on sideways market. What else we're going to look at? RSI. We're going to look at stochastics. What am I looking for? I'm looking for divergences. Hold on. Okay. No divergences. I don't see any divergences. The other thing I'm looking for is support and resistance. So I'm trying to look for support and resistance here. There's still a little bit of room for price to go down. So the last resistance, sorry, the last support was here where the green line is. And there's still a little bit of room here for price to go down if we're using stochastics. So it kind of makes sense to me. Same for RSI. I don't see any divergences. So what I'm going to use RSI and stochastics is to look for support and resistance. Yeah, there's still a bit of room for price to go down, which would align nicely with the analysis. So price needs to go on here, and here it needs to go down for this to make sense, right? Like, you gotta make it make sense. Okay, so yep, I can see I'm happy with this trade right now. I'm really happy with this trade. I just hope that price really does get to our entry and doesn't just reverses here. If it reverses here, it's totally possible, but I'm more likely to believe that it's gonna reverse here because of because of the reasons that we saw. Okay, so risk to reward, long. One to four, very healthy trade. If this works out, it's a very healthy trade. On a $100,000 account, which I am trading on right now, so I have 3 $100,000 account, right? A 4% trade will nicely make me $12,000. Okay, or even if I'm just trading on $100,000 account, a 4% trade will nicely make me $4,000 or 4%, which is, it's nice, it's good. I would love this trade to work out. Okay, why am I still leaving this green box in? Because there is still a possibility of price just reversing here at the 50%. Okay, I think price is going to reverse anywhere between here to here, but more likely, I think it's going to reverse here. Okay, I think more likely it's going to reverse here where I put the buy entry at, but there is still a possibility it's just going to touch this green box and then go. There's a possibility. It's just like when we were looking at, let me see, I downloaded it just now. When we were looking at AUDJPY, look, I drew that green box and it didn't reach the sell entry, but it reversed within the green box. Okay, so there is a possibility, same like EURUSD, it's not going to reverse at where I put the buy entry, but it's going to reverse somewhere within this green box. I'm just hoping it reverses at the buy entry. I am going to put my entry here. I'm going to aim for as low as possible, but there is a chance I won't get into this trade. Okay? I want to aim as low as possible so that I can get that very nice 4%. You guys know how I really like to do one good trade. I don't like to take many small trades. I like to take one good trade. One trade of 4% sounds like a good deal to me. So I'm going to aim for this lower part, but otherwise there is a possibility it won't reach here. Okay, so this is what I have for EURUSD. Writing down the notes, reasons to buy, sorry. Overall uptrend on daily 4 hours. Okay, so no reason to sell because why are we going against trend? So let me see what else. Reaching support on and RSI. Three thick levels lining up at 1.168 area. Yeah, I'm happy with this, honestly. So what I need to do now is, okay, look, I don't have time to just sit in front of the computer to trade all day, every day. So ideally, what I want traders to do, or what I want myself to do, is when price gets here, I'm supposed to look for the reversal pattern candlestick. Okay, so when price gets here, ideally I want to see like a reversal pattern candlestick, but I don't have that kind of time to like just sit there and like stare at the screen and wait for a reversal pattern candlesticks to form. So I personally, just for today, I'm going to put a buy order. Okay, just for today, I'm going to put a buy order. It may or may not trigger, I don't know, but yeah. If you have the time, sorry, if I had the time, I would sit here and just wait for the reversal pattern candlesticks to form once it reaches this green box. But today I really don't have the time. I need to take care of my kids after this. I don't have the time. So I'm gonna just put a buy order and hope for the best. Okay, so that's all I have for EURUSD. I'm very happy with this setup. I'm very, very happy with this setup. I hope it works out. Okay, I hope it works out. Give me a moment. Yeah, again, if it hits the stop loss means we are wrong, and that's totally fine. Okay, next we've got AUDJPY. Let's see what's happening with AUDJPY. Okay, looks like a downtrend. Downtrend. This is a question mark because it kind of like, yeah. Okay, this looks like a very straightforward trade, honestly. We're gonna have to mark some support resistance, but looking pretty straightforward. So why do I say it's straightforward? Because I mean, one look, it it I won't say it's the most beautiful downtrend, but it is a downtrend, so it's making lower lows. Okay, this one has not passed this, so it's still making lower lows. If this one crosses this, I would question the downtrend. Okay, I would question the downtrend. But right now it has not broken this part, so I'm just thinking, looking pretty direct where it should. If it reverses here, it'll be nice. It'll be good. Okay, so lower lows as well. It's not the most beautiful downtrend, but it is a downtrend. Okay, so we're gonna go to 4 hours to mark up support resistance. Okay, what I think is going to happen is this could just be the reversal. Honestly, this could have just been the reversal. right? Um, Give me a moment, guys. I'm thinking. I know I want to get in for a sell. My question now is where do I get in for a sell? Let's just mark up some support and resistance and see what we, if anything clicks. Swing high. Swing highs. Swing lows. Give me a moment. I need to think about this. Still thinking about it. Okay. This was my analysis from just now. Let me pull it out. I took a photo. AUDJPY, right? So initially the entry was this green zone. We already missed it. This is what happened last week. So we missed this entry. My question now is where do we get in for the second entry? Where do we get in for the second entry? I want to believe that it's going to come here and retest this zone and then turn. I want to believe that. It just looks too good to be true. It looks too easy, right? You know, when things look too easy, it's usually a scam. If it looks like a scam, it usually is a scam. Right? I have a feeling like when price gets here, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get in here for a sell, right? But then when you get in here for a sell, you get stopped out. Okay, so really don't like this. I see the swing lows here as well, so this could be the. Okay, I know these are my take profits for sure. I know for sure these are my take profits. Let's go down to 1 hour. Maybe we see something different. Okay. I'm gonna move this here to this swing low instead. This swing low. This one looks too good to be true. It's so sketchy. It looks so scary. When things are too good to be true, it usually ends up being too good to be true. Okay, what I think is gonna, I know, I don't know, no. I have a high confidence that it's going to get to the take profit. Okay, so now I need to know where to get in. I think there's a chance this might just be the sell entry. There's a chance, but it looks really sketchy. So I'm just gonna give you a zone. I'm gonna give myself a zone of where, like, I'm just gonna do this analysis, but I might not get into this trade because it looks too good to be true. It looks too easy, you know. When things look too easy, it makes me question like, what are you up? Are you trying to stop me out? Stop loss is gonna be here. So take profit's gonna be here, here, or here. I mean, so far looking pretty clean. I'm gonna just pick a random spot in this box. Okay, let's say the sell entry is here. Okay, let's say it's just here, where this last swing high was. Okay, just a random, I don't know yet for sure. I mean, it's still looking like a pretty good setup. Honestly, like 2.5 can be better. I mean, if you got in at a very good entry, it can be like 6. Okay, I think the next entry is somewhere within this green box. Don't know where, but let's say you got it for a really good entry. This could be a really nice trade as well. Otherwise, being just very conservative, 1 to 3. Okay, 1 to 3. That's so healthy. That's such a healthy trade. Okay, I'm gonna try to narrow down where I think price is going to pull back to. Try. It may or may not work. Okay. Guys, this not like, I won't say this is a high probability setup, okay, guys? Just giving my analysis, but probably won't get in. Okay, I think it's somewhere within the 38.2 and the 50%. It should be somewhere within the 38.2 and 50%. I do see a Nike tick here. I mean, if it does make a Nike tick. Sorry. Oh, 78.6. Let me see. Yep. Okay. Pretty. Okay. I'm gonna try to look for more stuff. 1, 2, 3. Nope. It's not gonna work. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Give me a moment, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can find anything that makes sense. 1, 2, 3. That's not going to make sense. I'm gonna go to the smaller time because of the structure of the charts. I'm gonna go down to the smaller time frame, see if I can find anything. Yeah, I already did this one, sorry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Maybe. Never know. Let me see. 1.618. Where are you? Where's the 1.6? Oh, forget it. I'm gonna write it. Okay. Surprising. Okay. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be the SL entry. It looks like. Okay, it can be higher. The sell entry can be higher, and the take profit will be. Now that we're on the small time frame, I see other take profits. Okay, being more conservative, this is the first take profit. Would you lower the stop loss? Yes, I would. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna get rid of this green box. Okay, although price may very well just still test the higher end of this green box. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna put it like really tight, like just above this green box. Okay, I think this trade is starting to not make sense to me. It is starting to not make sense to me, honestly. 1 to 3 still makes sense to me. The problem now is that the entry is just too wide. I think it's going to be here. I think it's going to be here. Okay, you know what? Let's just, I'm gonna like narrow this down. I'm gonna narrow this down because I have to trust technical analysis. Technical analysis is telling me the entry is going to be here. Okay, it just, like, for me, it's a question mark. Why? Because the entry could be here, but there's just so many zones. There's just so many reasons why it could be somewhere else. So I think, thanks for asking, Salvador. I'm probably gonna move my stop loss down. Okay, and hope for the best. Okay, I'm hoping it doesn't take out this swing high here. Okay, I'm just hoping that price does not take out this swing high. If it takes out that swing high, that means this trade is over. Okay. I'm gonna move the stop loss just slightly above that zone, that 50% zone, just above this swing high actually. Okay, so for this trade, sorry. Where are you, the Lost Princess? Are you asking where I'm at? Which city I'm at? Okay, so still it's tight. I don't think this is a high probability trade, okay? This is my analysis for AUD I think this is not a high probability trade. Why? Because although price Fibonacci is telling me that price is going to reverse here, it's just that there's so many other swing highs. Remember I said that price is attracted to support and resistance. Price is attracted to support and resistance. So I think there's a chance it might reverse here, but just take note, nearby, really nearby, there are other resistance that price might just try to go to. Okay, there's a chance price might try to go there, but for now I'm going to stick with this analysis. My analysis will be this being my sell entry, this zone being my sell entry. Okay, stop loss just above this swing high here, above this swing high here. Yeah, so that's all I have for AUDJPY. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, it totally makes sense because the next swing high is so near. It is so nearby. You know, there's a chance it won't respect this area and just try to go to the next swing high. Okay, so risky trade. If I do get in, I'm going to get in at a very low risk. So instead of risking 1%, I'm going to risk 0.5%. So usually I risk 1%. So if I'm risking 1%, my profit will be like 3.3%, right? It'll be 3.3%. But because I'm risking 0.5%, so if I take this trade, I'll be looking to make 1.6, right? 1.6, yeah, about 1.65% on this, which I think is still healthy. If not, the other take profit, which is a high one, which is a 1 to 5. Okay, don't love this setup, but it is what I see. Okay, this is what I see right now. Don't love it, may not take it. EURUSD, love it, will definitely take this. This is not a signals group, guys. I will definitely take it, doesn't mean you guys should take it, okay? I'm definitely taking this if it gets here, but it does not mean you guys should take it, okay? The best practice is to wait for price to get here and wait for the reversal pattern candlesticks. Okay, you see this is a reversal pattern candlestick. 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 This one did not work. This one was, that one would have lost you money. Okay, but yes, happy with EURUSD. AUDJPY, this is too close for my comfort. Okay, next, JPY, GBP JPY. Sorry, let's start with the day chart. I remember it was going sideways, still going sideways. I don't want to play the sideways market. Yeah, I know, I see it, it's very clear, it's on an uptrend. Okay, it's clearly going on an uptrend, right? I just do not want to play the sideways market right now. Okay, or maybe we can, you know what, let's just see if we find anything. Okay, yeah, I don't want to play this because look, I think it's an uptrend. That means we want to get in for a buy, right? Oh no, it's not even, it's kind of like a downtrend. I'm so confused. What are you doing? Are you an uptrend or downtrend? On the very long term, you are an uptrend, but right now, are you trying to go up? Are you trying to go down? Okay, if you guys are feeling brave, sorry, not if you guys are feeling brave. If I am feeling brave, and this is a sideways market, I might just play the sideways market. It's a sideways market, I might just play it. So you guys know how sideways market work. It basically moves within this support resistance. Okay? Until when? Nobody knows. Okay? Technically, you can just play within this box. Dangerous, but yes. I only like to trade trending markets, so this is a little risky. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry. This is a very risky one. You are basically gambling. If anyone takes this trade, you are basically gambling. I'm going to tell you right now. The only setup I see for GBP, JPY is a sideways play. Okay, so just because I see it, it doesn't mean it's high probability. You can see something, but it can still be a crappy thing. Okay, so I see it, I just don't want to play it. Okay, I see it. If I had to come up with something, it will be literally this. So risky, but yes. It will literally be this. I mean, if it works out, it basically is gambling. But I mean, you're just risking. I mean, for my case, I'm just risking 1% or 0.5%. Maybe I'm bad practice, but if you don't mind losing that 0.5%, could work, to be honest. I don't have a solid analysis for this, but if I really had to just come up with something, this is what it's gonna be. Yeah, nope. Nope. Yeah, this is not it. This is really not it, guys. Okay. I'm just I'm just forcing an analysis at this point. I'm basically trying to force an analysis. Do not see anything. This is the only thing I see. Low probability setup, but this is what I see. I don't have supporting evidence. I'm not confident, but this is what I see. Price coming here and reversing here. Okay, looks like a super good risk to reward trade, you know. 1 to 6. 1 to 6. Yeah. Well, 1 to 4.5. Very low probability setup, but that's all I have. Okay, next. XAU USD, for those who were following me when I was doing my analysis for XAU USD, I basically have confirmed that I strongly believe XAU USD is doing I did my back testing, I reanalyzed everything, is doing A, B, and C right now. Okay, so I'm fairly confident it is doing an ABC right now. For those who don't know what I am talking about, this is Elliott wave. Okay, so why I started trading these 4 charts is because XAUUSD is a chart that you can use Elliott wave on. I have used Elliott wave on XAUUSD in the past years, and I have made a lot of profits using this strategy on this chart. So if you go on YouTube, if you go on Google, if you go anywhere and you type trading strategy, there's going to be like thousands if not hundreds of trading strategies that's going to come out. Okay, you don't know which one works, you don't know which one's going to make you money, which one's not going to make you money. Okay, different charts requires different strategies. Okay, so the one strategy that I have tested and have seen results is XAUUSD using Elliott wave. Okay, for EURUSD, I have seen results using price action. For AUDJPY and GBPJPY, I haven't really seen results because I only just started trading these two charts. Okay, but EURUSD, I used a lot of price action and I've seen a lot of results. XAUUSD, in the past, I'm talking about years, I've used Elliott wave and I've seen results. So right now, my Elliott wave analysis for XAUUSD is I am fairly confident that XAUUSD is now doing a pullback. Okay, that means it is now doing a pullback. It's going up. It just needs to pull back. Pull back to where? Based on what I've seen, it should pull back to... It should pull back to somewhere along this line. Let's go. It's going to be what was it again? 61.8, 100%. Okay, it's going to pull back to one of this. Okay, I don't know which one it's going to pull back, but this is the Elliott wave rules. Okay, this is the Elliott wave rules. It's gonna pull back here, and then once it gets to one of this, I will consider getting into a buy. Okay, once I get in for a buy for the goal, and if I am correct, I am going to hold that trade for long. Okay, you know why? The thing about XAUUSD, once it goes up, it keeps going up. It has been going up since November. It has been if I scroll out, it has been going up since 2015. Okay, it just keeps going up. Okay, so if I can get in on this XAUUSD at the correct price point, I'm gonna hold it for a while. Okay, I'm gonna hold it for maybe days for a while until I get a very good profit, and then after that go down to the smaller time frames to play like take profit, like get in, take profit, and then wait for the pullback, get in, take the profit, wait for the pullback, get in, take profit. Okay, so I'm gonna play a lot of these buy entries, but right now my analysis is that it is a sell. Okay, I think XAUUSD is a sell. So the problem with Elliott wave is, so Elliott wave works this way. It does a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think right now it's doing a 4. Okay, I think it's doing a 4. Within the 4, there's A, B, and C. Okay, what is the problem with doing the 4? We don't know when it's going to end. 4 is the most boring wave of Elliott wave. It can last weeks. It can last months. Okay, so I do not want to get in on gold at this current point of time. The only thing I want to do is keep monitoring gold. I want to monitor to see if it has reached one of these levels. But at this current point of time, I do not want to get into that sell. Why? Because I am a trend trader, and going into a sell where price is clearly on an uptrend, okay, is not something I want to do. Okay, it's not something I want to do. So I think gold is on a short-term sell, a very short-term sell. I don't know how long more it's gonna last, maybe like a few weeks, maybe a few months, whatever it is, but I want to wait for the buy. I want to get in for the buy entry. The sell, I don't really want to play the sell. You can if you want to. If I really have to come up with a sell analysis, if I really had to come up with a sell analysis, it would be... Let's just come up with something. I have never sold for gold in my how long have I been trading for? In my 10 years. How old am I again? Okay, wait. I started trading really young, like in my 9 years of trading or 8 years of trading. I cannot remember how long I've been trading. It's a long time. Okay, I have never sold in gold. You can, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? If you are scalping or if you're day trading, it doesn't matter if the long term is a buy, because long term it's a buy. It's just that I don't really want to. Okay, but if I really had to come up with an analysis for gold for a sell, it will be something like this. And I'm just giving a very weak, random, just randomly looking at swing lows and swing highs, and then hoping for the best. Yeah, okay, it's gonna be this. Okay, if price pulls back here, I'm gonna get in for a sell. I'm not gonna get in for a sell. I'm expecting it to drop from there. Again, this is just a very like may not work out, just 2-minute analysis kind of thing. Scalping strategy. Yep. Okay, no, I don't think it's gonna come back here a second time. Why? Because it already came back here. It already came back here. Okay, but in case it does come back a second time, yeah, in case it does come back a second time, I do see the sell happening here. Okay, and then the sell happening here in case it happens. Your take profit can still be here. Okay, super good trade. I mean, chances of it, yeah. Wow, 1 to 20, 1 to 10, 1 to 15, 1 to 16. This looks so unrealistic. This looks crazy unrealistic. If I had seen this earlier, I would have done this analysis where I say that this is the sell. Yeah, but I didn't see this earlier. Okay, if price pulls back to here, it's crazy, but I think it will happen. Okay, I don't want to get in that sell for gold. I want to wait for the whatever's happening to end, and then I'll get in for a buy. But I do know that I do believe that it's a downtrend. Okay, so this is all I have for you guys right now. Take care, guys. Happy trading. I hope you guys are responsible and disciplined. Please do not trade more than you can afford to lose. Trading is a dangerous game. It is a game that can make you a lot of profits, but at the same time, it's also dangerous. It makes you a lot of profits if you are disciplined and you do the right thing. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. Take care. Happy trading and have a good week. I will see you guys in a week. Okay, bye guys. Take care. I need to turn this off. Okay, bye. Take care, everyone.